Welcome to Apex Water and Process. Today we're going to discuss the different microbiological bottle types and how to fill out our proper paperwork and chain of custody. The first bottle that we're going to discuss is the 1 liter bottle. That is used typically for outbreak situations, probably ice machine, ice chips, and then also the third thing would be if you have multiple analytes, which on the back of your analysis request form, there are many different analytes that we have in our laboratory offerings. The second bottle type, which is the 500 ml bottle, this is the one that we use the most, as you need at least 250 milliliter bottle to get Legionella, or to analyze for Legionella. So we usually try to get a little bit more to make sure that if there's any issues that we can analyze the sample properly. The third bottle type, which is 250 ml, this is the bare minimum that is needed for Legionella, which is recommended by the CDC, or you could utilize this bottle for other types of analytes as well. The fourth is typically used for non-potable situations, for like a cooling tower or a decorative fountain. The fifth item, which is a swab, which is typically used for outbreak situations, or if the customer recommends it or really needs it to be done. The sixth item, which is the vial that is typically used for endotoxin, which is also listed on the back of the analysis request form. So there are different types of instruments to use for field measurements. One is, of course, just a basic thermometer to measure temperature. You also have a meter that can measure other parameters like conductivity, pH, total dissolved solids, ORP. And then you have another instrument that can be used for measuring chlorine and other different types of parameters too. This particular DR900 measures a multitude of different items. But for the sake of our instructions today, we're going to be measuring chlorine. And then here are some items, also reagents that you would use, some powder pillows or some Swift tests for free and total chlorine, your vial that you would use to fill up the sample. Moving into the analysis request form, we want to make sure we fill this out properly. So the first thing you want to make sure you do is you have your customer name, your customer location, which usually begins with a C. If you do not know this, please email labscs@teamapex.com. Next thing you want to do is fill in your city and state, and please ensure that you put your PO number on your analysis request form, as this could delay your analysis or your samples being processed if you do not have that there. Next thing you want to do is fill in your name, the date, and the time zone of the person that took the sample. Lastly, up here on this section is make sure you fill in your email or emails of the people that are supposed to be receiving the final report. Okay, when filling out your sample names and information, first off, you want to start with your ID number, which is usually a 1 through 12, or it could be 13 through 24, depending upon how many samples you're taking. You just keep going on from there. You want to make sure you fill in your building or area name. So that could be main building, Tower 1, community center, whatever your building name is. The floor that it's on, for this particular sample. The room number or room that it's closest to. The outlet type, and there's a little 1 right here, which takes you down here to the different type of outlets that there are. So whether it's clinical sink, bath sink, ice machine, drinking fountain, whatever it is, you want to list that there. And then the next thing is your water source. So there's a 2 next to that, which talks about the different types of water sources: cold, hot, mixed, basin, sample port, well. You want to put that there. You want to indicate whether it's potable, non-potable, or a swab, as we showed you with the bottle types that there are. The time that you actually sampled it. And then if you did any field data whatsoever, if you took chlorine or if you took pH or temperature, make sure you indicate that here. And again, that's optional. You don't have to do that. Just it's good field data that will be on the final report if you, especially if you chose Legionella. And then you put in your analysis code or your item number, which is for Legionella, it's T-1000. And where you find that information is on the back right here and all your different item numbers that you have.